Hello, YouTube. This is Jay Coder back with another stream, and this stream we're gonna go over what is inline level HTML tags and what is block level HTML tags. And if you like this sort of tutorial, please subscribe and like this video. And without further ado, let's get started. And so, as you can see on this screen, I have my Visual Studio Code open. And as you can see, we have the code here in my index.html. And so I have in here inside the comments block level and inline level examples. And so each of these tags are represents their respective level. So all of these tags here in this top comment would be block level HTML tags, and then in this second comment would be inline level HTML tags. And I will explain what that means in more detail here. So, H every HTML element has a default display value depending on what type of element it is. The two most common display values are block and inline. And block level elements, a block level element always starts on a new line, and the browsers automatically add some space, a margin before and after the element. A block level element always takes up the full width available, stretches out to the left and right as far as it can. Two commonly used block elements are the p tag and the div tag. The p tag element defines a paragraph in an HTML document. The div element defines a division or section in an HTML document. So basically, with the p tag and the div tag, they make an automatic new line when you use them. So let me show you, for example, here I'm going to go ahead and put some code below the title here inside the body of my HTML. So I'm going to start out with a P level tag, and I'm going to say hello world here. And then I'm going to do a div tag, and this is going to be hello. Let me say hello galaxy. So now let's see what that looks like here. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. And so what that looks like here is like this. So looks like I do have special styling on the P tag. Let me go ahead and check my styles.css, and let me go ahead and remove the special styling that I have on the P tag, and then we're going to see what that does there for us. And then I'm going to show you guys here. Alright, so without the special styling, it's going to look like this with the P and the div, which is hello world and hello galaxy. And you notice that they do include a new line after that. And so, all right. And then a common inline element is the span element. And an inline element does not start on a new line. An inline element only takes up as much width as necessary. This is so I'm going to go ahead and do an example of the span element, which that element is an example of the inline. I'm going to do hello world, and then I'm going to do hello galaxy. And just to distinguish between the two, I'm going to say hello world 2 and hello galaxy 2. And let me go ahead and do that. And so when you use span, which is an inline tag, you can see the difference here. So as you can see, it does not have a new line after it. Like here, it has a new line and it goes to the next line for the block elements, but for the inline elements, it all happens within the same line because span does not automatically include a new line. And so the two major ones to remember with the block level versus inline level, div is one key block level HTML tag, and span is like on the opposite team, one of the key inline level HTML tags. So you can pretty much think of it as div versus span. They're like, I would call them the star players on the each team of the block level and inline. And so the div element is often used as a container for other HTML elements. The div element has no required attribute, but style, class, and ID are common. When used together with CSS, the div element can be used to style blocks of content. So let me show you an example of styling content with the div tag. So I'm going to go ahead and start here. And I'm going to actually add some space here, which using BR. And then I'm going to start a new div. And then inside this div, I'm going to include a style. And then inside there, I'm going to include a background color. And sure, the background color can be Alice Blue. And then I'm going to include another thing, which is the text color, which would be color in this case. And I'm going to say black. And then I'm going to add padding. So after each style that you put in the style equals, you can separate them with a semicolon, and that's how you can add multiple styles in line like so. So I'm going to make the padding is going to be 30. And then I gotta end it in this with a caret there. And then I can put things inside my div block, which I'm going to put in inside this block a title, which I'll put New York City. And then I'm going to put in inside New York City, I'm going to put a paragraph in there. And this paragraph, uh, New York City is the biggest city in the United States of America. It is located on the East Coast, far away from the second largest city, Los Angeles. All right, and here's an example of what that is going to look like. And so our example is here. All right. So as you can see, inside the div, I set the background color to Alice blue, which is kind of a whitish color, the color of the text to black, and the padding to 30. So there's 30 padding in between the the start and the end of it there. And so you can clearly see that this white part is what's inside the div. And that's how you can apply styling to a div and everything within the div here. All right. And so the span element, the span element is an inline container used to mark up a part of a text, a part of a document. The span element has no required attributes, but style, class, and ID are common. When used together with CSS, the span element can be used to style parts of the text. So I'm going to show you guys an example of how we can use span in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple spaces after our div example. And now I'm going to show you another example that we can do. So I'm going to start with a p tag here. And I'm going to say my shoe has, and then I'm going to start a span here. And then within the span, I'm going to add a style inside the span. And inside the style, I'm going to add a color, which I'm going to put black. So the color is going to be black. And I'm going to add a font to this one, which I'm going to make the font be bold, and then finally I'm going to close this off here like so. And then I'm going to put this here. So it's going to say my shoes, my shoe has black. And then after that, I'm going to say has black laces. And then I'm going to say and my hoodie has, and then I'm going to make another span after this. And this span is going to be the color of the hoodie. And the color of the hoodie, I will say, is red. And then I'm going to also, like the other one, make it bold. So the font weight is going to be bold. And after that, I'm going to put the word red. And then after the span, I'm going to put laces. All right. So this is what I have here. Now, guess what you think will appear on the screen. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what has appeared here. So we're going to go ahead and play this. And so, as you can see here, in this inline styling, we can style like one word in line with other words. So so with this, we have my shoe has black laces and my hoodie has red laces. And you can see that the styling was applied to the black and the red. And so that's what span is useful for if you don't want to use a block to style things. And it demonstrates the difference between, remember that the span does not have an automatic new line. So those are the key differences between div and span. And that's actually what I wanted to show you guys today. And I thank you so much for watching. And remember to subscribe to this channel for more. And and continue to always stay coding. Peace.